guys, welcome to my review of Shokugeki no Soma chapter 200 and something. I should probably check what chapter it is, but whatever. Sorry for not having the review up yesterday, but basically I came home from school and I collapsed in my bed and I just slept and, well, yeah, so that's why I just fell asleep. But it was a really interesting chapter. I'm really happy that we got to see more of what Dojima did after Joichiro left, because I really like Dojima as a character, and I really like the origin story of him working for Tutsuki rather than just like going out and making something of his own, because he's like a former first seat cook. He could do whatever he wanted. He could have all the success he wanted, yet he ended up staying in Tutsuki, and he ended up staying there to like guide the next generation because he felt like he'd failed Joichiro, and I thought that was really sweet because Dojima is like a really like nice person. I just really like seeing that soft side of him because yeah, he's really quirky but soft at the same time, and a real educator as he's been told so many times. So I just really like the motivation comes from the fact that he thought and felt like he'd failed his friend. So I really like that part of the story. This just also makes the mystery about Soma's mother all that more, because when Dojima got the phone call from Joichiro, he was like, oh yeah, I'm cooking happily again, I've got a kid and everything. And you're just like, what about the mother? Please, like, oh my god, tell us more. But it's really nice also that Dojima like put everything together and was like, okay, so your saving grace was your child. And I really like that, because a lot of people have been, including myself, we've been like, okay, because Joichiro told Soma, although he didn't tell him because Soma hung up on him, he said that the secret to cooking is to find a woman to cook for or something like that. So we all just assumed, okay, so the mother must have been the one to save him all those years back. But I really like Dojima confirming that no, with the way that Soma and Joichiro are interacting, and with the way Soma is as a person, it's probably more Soma's fault, but it's his presence that made Joichiro happier, which I really like. I really like the happiness that came from Joichiro becoming a father, and I just in general like how Soma and him, they interact together, because they seem like best friends even though they're father and son, and I just really like that. Because we have always known that Soma looked up to his father a lot and wanted to beat him at like his own game, but to see that Joichiro is as happy as he is because he has Soma, I think that's really nice. But of course there's still the question of the mother. Like, the mother was obviously of great help as well, because obviously he must have loved her and they had a child together. And what the heck happened then? I'm just really interested in that, but I feel like the mother mystery must be solved while Joichiro is still like here. I feel like that has to, both the Soma's mother and Irina's mother mystery, I feel like should be solved in this arc, because we have both the fathers into play, and I just really want to know what kind of woman would have a child with Asami. Like, what the heck? Especially because Asami, with this, he's still really creepy, even with Irina like talking back to him and making a stand of her own. Asami was like, okay, so if I win, you'll come to me and you'll work for Central forever and I'll have you under my control. Which, you know, is just creepy that parents should never use a child like that. Especially not their own child. Like, woo! Asami's just too crazy. But I like his character. He's a fun villain, even though he's horrible. There was a sub with Irina in the beginning as well. I thought that was really great to see her like, not reverting back to what she was at the beginning, but being that person that we all know her for, like the queen and the person with the god tongue who's so confident in her own abilities and know that she's like better than everyone else, but she still has all the character development from all of these arcs. So it's like, she doesn't seem like the unreachable queen who's so above and beyond everyone else that you can't approach her. She just seems a little confident in this really quirky way that she's always been, and I really like that, because that was the thing that always put me off of Irina, was that she always put everyone at a distance because she thought she was better than anyone else. But of course with the backstory we have for her now and the character development she's been through, I like that side of her, because that means that even though she's been hurting all this time, she still has the confidence to know that she has abilities to do something great with food. So I really like that. Like it took like that quality of Irina that I really hated and turned it into something that I really love, because in general I really like confident characters. That's usually why I'm very prone to liking the main characters, because main characters in shonen series are often very confident, like Soma, Luffy, other main characters. But I really like that it turned into something really nice for Irina. And I'm just generally, as I've been saying a lot throughout this arc, I'm enjoying her character a lot more than I did in the beginning of the series. And I think a lot of people see it that way. I mean, with the popularity poll last week, I think it's obvious that people really like her. Although she has always been, like, scored high in the popularity polls a bit, yeah. But, yeah, I just really like Irina in this arc. And I'm also happy that we kind of skipped through the training to get to, like, the battle. Like, we obviously didn't see it in this chapter, but it's leading up to it starting very, very soon. Because I do like training arcs, but we already had like a lot of it, and because the tension has been building so much and there isn't a lot to do with just these 4 characters, I think it's great that we just kind of skipped that part, just saw the one red versus white battle that had that really great outcome, and then skipped the month to see what has happened. I'm certain we'll get flashbacks to what had happened, so whenever they put out something new they have flashback to why they learned this. They always do that in Shokugeki no Soma, but that's the better way of doing it, because then it does not become battle. You have the character development and the progression in the matches as well, because that gives it like that great balance of cooking and story related things. So I'm really interested in that. I'm also there was the one panel of Tsukasa when they all left and he looked back at the group. Probably he looked back at Soma, and I really like that, because I kind of made it feel like that Tsukasa will, obviously he'll be hard to defeat, he's the first seed, right? But it almost made it feel like he was the one to issue a challenge, and again, he's probably gonna be the one that's gonna be the hardest to beat. I mean, there's Rindo as well, but we don't really know shit about her. But I feel like, because they're obviously gonna win, I feel like at this point it doesn't make sense for the series, for Soma's group not to win, especially with the Irina stuff. Because before this, I could have seen them actually lose. That would have taken the story into a really interesting path, I guess. But with Irina's bet, or yeah, with her father, I think it's impossible to let Soma's group lose, because Irina would lose so much, and it would just it would literally destroy her life. So they can't lose now. So yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to see how they defeat Tsukasa, because I feel like he'll probably not let them defeat him, but I just find it hard to believe that they'll actually beat him, if that makes any sense. Like, he won't legitimately just throw the game and make something disgusting, but he'll probably kind of rig the game in their favor, if that makes any sense. Like, he'll push them to their limits, but he won't actually do his best. Like, because I just don't see them actually winning against him, but I don't see them not win against Central. So it'll be not like the Aeson fight, where obviously Aeson was at a disadvantage because he never planned to cook to begin with, but it'll be like, there'll be the inequality that Soma's group has so much more to lose than I feel like Central has, because many of the Central members, like the Elite 10, they are doing a lot of this just on a whim. Like, I've talked about Rindo before, just kind of, like, I feel like she just wanted Central to happen because she was bored, and Tsukasa just probably thought it would make, like, his life easier or something. I don't know about the others. I feel like maybe one or two could have been, like, kind of peer pressured into doing it, just voting for Asami. But yeah, I just, especially with Tsukasa and Rindo, I feel like it'll be, I just don't see them defeated, if that makes any sort of sense. So yeah, I don't know. It's hard to speculate because, again, in my head, it's the same thing I had with Joichiro. I really wanted, like, Team Takumi in the red and white battle, Team Takumi to win, but I didn't want Joichiro to lose. So here it's just like, I can't envision Soma's team losing, but I can't envision Tsukasa not making the best food. So, yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But I think overall that's my thoughts on this chapter. I really like the interactions that the arena group had. I keep calling them different things. I call them the Sona group. I really like that because, yeah, as I said, with Arena's character and them putting their faith in her by giving her the student IDs, making her their shrine. I thought that was really nice and like cool way, like putting their faith in her. And it was just like, yeah, it was really cool. It made me smile while I read it. So yeah, I'm really hyped for the next chapter, and I hope you are as well. If you like anything that I had to say, you can leave a thumbs up on the video, leave in the comments below what you thought of the chapter, and you can subscribe if you want to see more. Until next time, bye!